The new Apple Watch Series 6 that just got released by Apple is the next update in their watch series. In this episode, I'll be looking at the new features, testing them, and also providing you with my final thoughts on the product. Welcome to Honest Straightforward Reviews, where I provide you with product reviews funded by me, thus eliminating bias towards a product, giving you a honest, unbiased review. The new things that are exclusive to the Apple Watch Series 6, first of all, that didn't get mentioned is the U1 ultra wide chip. The U1 chip is a short range radio technology that enables communication with other compatible devices, which was first introduced in the iPhone 11 range last year, enabling directional airdrop, where it picks up a device to airdrop to by pointing the device at. Its purpose with the Apple Watch Series 6 is undefined, and hence I really can't test it or get into it much. My guess would be that the U1 chip is to future-proof it in terms that it might offer improvements for digital car key features, which enable your device to unlock and start compatible motor vehicles. The thing that most people have been talking about in their reviews on YouTube is the introduction of the blood oxygen monitor. This is an Apple Watch Series 6 exclusive as well, which checks in percent how much oxygen saturation is in your blood. An upgraded always on 2.5 times brighter screen has been introduced when compared to the Series 5. This is when the screen is inactive, while still offering the same 18-hour battery life. This has been achieved by introducing a slightly improved battery capacity. It also introduces a faster S6 dual-core chip, which is 20% faster than the S5 chip in the previous generation, although in real-world test this isn't noticeable. Apple also introduced 2 new colors to the Apple Watch Series 6 lineup, which is being the blue, which is what I bought, and also product red. The Apple Watch Series 6 introduces an always-on altimeter for real-time elevation tracking for those of us serious about their hiking and mountain climbing and using it to calculate their elevation while they exercise. And that's it, guys. Now let's get into the tests. Okay guys, now let's test out both the Apple Watches side by side, the Series 5 and the Series 6 being on the right. Now, the Series 6 is supposed to sport a two and a half times better brightness. Now, to the naked eye, I'm looking at both. To be honest, the Series 6 looks a tiny bit darker. It does not look at all 2.5 times brighter. If it's twice as bright, it should show, but like I can't tell any difference whatsoever in them. Now let's look at another feature where Apple has really banged on about it and every reviewer is talking about it, which is the blood oxygen monitor. So let's get into that, and I'm just going to show you guys how flimsy it is. It is really hard to get a reading out of it. It always nearly I would say 85 to 90% of the time does not give you a reading. It has to be snug. There you go. So it has to be snug. It has to be this. It has to be that. You know what I mean? You can't move a lot. It has to. It's just like, it's not like when the heart rate sensor first came, they had it pretty much on the dot, you know what I mean? And then they improved on it a lot, whereas this does not feel like a finished product. There you go, bang. The heart rate monitor isn't that accurate as well, but it's the most accurate you can get on a wrist device. Now let's give this another go, and as you guys can see, I've got it really stable and things like that. I'm not moving it at all. So let's see if it's going to give you a reading now. Okay, there you go. All right, so that's 50-50 in this test. Now, Let's see if it's going to work on my fingers, because I've been seeing a lot of people saying that it works really good on fingers. And if you look at other more medical oxygen level, blood oxygen level checking devices, they all check it on the finger. So there you go, it works fine on the finger. Now, having said that, they are for $25. You can get one on Amazon or eBay or something like that for $25. They're medical grade. You can monitor. So if you've got diabetes or something like that, where you need a blood oxygen monitor, or you need to check yourself for something, you can't rely on this. It's one on your wrist. It's not going to work well on your wrist because of all the, and a lot of people wear it here. They don't wear it here. It's supposed to be worn here, so not here. So I'll show it to you guys. Can't be worn here where most people will wear it. It has to be worn back here. So most people will wear it out here. It has to be worn out here to get a proper reading. So I don't think that's the key to it. Now, another thing that I'd like to show you is that's the difference in the back. So the blood oxygen monitor is different to the heart rate monitor. So what I would suggest is, if you need it for that, if you're going to upgrade for that, you should just go get yourself a medical grade blood oxygen monitor. Whereas this is not, it's just really gimmicky. It's not a finished product. I didn't really like it at all. Now, let's talk about a little bit about the braided solo loop. Now, the braided solo loop, I've seen a lot of people have problems with it, and the reasoning being is, so that's a normal solo loop, and any other band is going to be like this one. So the problem with this is, so you can see which side goes on your skin and which side goes on the outside, because the outside side doesn't have anything written on it, whereas the inside one has that 10 or whatever written on it, and also what size it's going to fit onto, whereas the braided one doesn't have anything on it. So the way you can easily tell which side goes where is by that little metal dot there on these sides. So these will go onto your skin side, so underneath the Apple Watch. Okay, so bang, it'll work every single time. Other than that, basically I don't feel like there's any other changes. Bigger battery, so 2.5 times brightness. I didn't see anything. It wasn't bright. I think it'll be more bright when you're outside, which is what they're advertising it for. So if you're outside doing activities, you're going to be busy to look down on your watch anyways. But hey, so that's the thing. Other than that, this is the solo loop, so that's very stretchable, and this is the braided one, quite stretchable as well. I liked the braided loop. Now, what about the new color that has been introduced? It looks almost blackish. I'm not a big fan of it, and the way the braided loop has worked, if you look closely, it leaves a bit of a gap there, you know, where you can see all the metally bits in there. I don't know if it's gonna affect you that much, but normally they should sit flush and beautiful like this. I don't know if they've done this properly or not, but here we go. Okay, verdict time. This is what I think. Pricey. Not only has the Apple Watch been incrementally increased just like every other Apple product, which makes it a very expensive device as it is, but they have done it yet again by increasing the price by a tiny margin, with a starting price of nearly $600, making it a luxury item by any standards. Given that the Apple Watch Series 6 is an insignificant improvement, it is not targeted at the owners of Series 4 and Series 5 Apple Watch owners. The Series 6 is targeted at people who have the original Apple Watch, the Series 1 or 2, and the Series 3 Apple Watches. My open and honest opinion would be Apple updated the design of the Series 4. That is 3 generations from the older design. I feel like the Series 6 would be the last of this design before the design gets upgraded, just as the Series 3 was the last of its design. I believe next year the Series 7 would have a new design, and hopefully with it real improvements in chip and battery. Given that, if I had any of the Apple Watch series, if I didn't have any faults with it, I would wait just one more year to see which direction Apple takes the Apple Watch in. That's it from me, guys. Thank you for watching. I wish you the best. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps out other people find it and the channel as well. And if you didn't, well, you've hurt my feelings.